Alright, welcome to my video guide of Suginami Diaspora. Diaspora is probably the hardest thing in the game, in my opinion, for players to do. Least of all because it's very difficult to coordinate properly. Now, at the very beginning of the Diaspora, you're going to start out with a random set of people from the Diaspora group. I'm not going to tell you how to sign up for I'm not going to tell you how to sign up for Diaspora Suginami because it's very simple. This video guide will instead focus on the actual performance. Make yourself a team out of what's present, or just everybody available, and be sure to set the drop rule to free-for-all. This is very important. After a while, the barrier that you see here will disappear. So we'll fast forward to that. There we go. Now, you can appear in one of several locations across Diaspora, Suginami, and the field map is identical to the normal Suginami map. So make your way to the nearest seal pillar. You'll see them on the map. And you'll also notice that we have an exact hour time limit. You'll also notice that there are balls difficult demons here, and you're going to want to avoid them. Just run past as fast as you can. If you have Lord of Armor on a retaliation, use it. Ignore my items and ignore my shoddy camera work throughout this whole thing. I was rather distracted the whole time trying to make sure everything would be workable. Now, make your way to the closest seal pillar, and once again, ignore the demons. Don't waste any time killing them. There's not going to be any reward for you killing them, and they're all very difficult, they have a lot of HP, and they hit hard. Once you get to the seal pillar, you're going to find several succubi or incubi, depending on which seal pillar you found. All succubi are weak to expel affinity, weaponry, and magic. You shouldn't be using weaponry because Diaspora Suginami inflicts Astaroth's Poison status effect, which drops all of your stats by 70, I believe is the correct number, as well as it severely reduces the amount of damage you can do. And it also inflicts a constant poison, and it kills your HP regeneration. You will not regenerate HP, so be sure to bring a lot of healing items, both for you and your demon, because as you can see, Uriel's just died. Anyway, the succubi are all weak to expel affinity, and all incubi are weak to force affinity. So use the appropriate stuff that you have at your disposal. I recommend having a demon with fire, expel, and force affinities if you can. But otherwise, just having a Megiddos spammer demon with almighty skills is important. So fight the succubi as long as you can, and they'll drop or incubi, excuse me, and they'll drop specific items that are called either Antros or Gynac. Incubi drop Antros items, and succubi drop Gynac items. What you need to do is item mix these two items together. So you need to coordinate the teams to at least acquire a few deliveries back and forth between the teams in order so that each team has the combined FOSS item, which is PHOS. Now, so what's best to do is to have people assigned as couriers, and especially if they have Lord of Armor, so that they can ignore the demons that are in the way between pillars. Just keep killing the succubi as long as you can. As you can see, I'm checking my map to check on how our courier is doing to getting the special item to us. And I've died repeatedly. You will die a lot. Thankfully, there's no death penalty in Diaspora. And there's also no demon summoning penalty either. You can summon your demons for no cost, and there's a very handy trick you can do with this that I'll show you later. So keep that in mind. Just kill the succubi over and over and over. Just survive as long as you can, because they're very difficult, and they'll be there the whole run. You'll be fighting off the succubi or incubi the whole run. Now, Zelkio, the GS, is currently trying to deliver an Antros item to my pillar, but thankfully my teammate Naraku is getting an Antros for us. So poor Zel didn't have to waste the effort or time, but thankfully we've got plenty of time. An hour is more than enough to do Diaspora, even if you mess up once. Now, I stress messing up once because this is the key part right here, is the make or break of the whole Diaspora run. If you screw up here, you're probably not going to make it. Now, once every pillar has a FOSS item, you need to coordinate every single pillar at once to use the FOSS item on the pillar to suppress its effects. What this involves is once the first team suppresses a pillar, the suppression effect will only last for 60 seconds. And if you don't, okay, you can see my party trying to do it now, and there, Nadaku just put in our seal pillar, just suppressed our seal pillar, and there's the rest of the party doing the rest of the teams there. Odious laughter echoes through Diaspora. That's when Lord of Many Sins Incubus will appear, and you need to kill, and every team needs to kill their mini boss, Lord of Many Sins Incubus, as quickly as possible. So just kill him off through whatever means you want. I believe they have the same weakness to force, and I believe they have a weakness to force and expel. I don't know. Someone in the thread or topic might want to confirm or deny this, and I'll make a note in the post. Now, I recommend just spamming MegaTen spells to wear it away with Almighty. You might think, oh, but I should save those for later, but thankfully there's a handy trick, and I'll show you about that when the time comes. Yes, I'm an AP whore, and I have a Mata and a baby pop-eyed goldfish. I'm such a slut. Now, this is the trick. See? Look, I just unsummoned and resummoned my Uriel, and all of his long cooldown skills have completely restored themselves. And he gets the summon sync bonus. So not doing this is stupid. Do it because it's a very good idea to unsummon and resummon your demon to restore the cooldown, because all magnetite summon costs are 0 in Diaspora. Now, we're preparing for the cutscene that should be happening any second now. Forgive me for not only reviewing this moment. By the way, you don't need to kill the Incubus before the suppression effect ends. You don't need to do it in under 60 seconds. That'd be insane even for Diaspora standards. Here we go. Once all the towers are suppressed, this cutscene will appear and it cannot be skipped. At each tower, see this is a picture of D, our tower, an Astaroth vision will appear. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Astaroth visions. And there's also the main Astaroth avatar who appears right about where Gamori is in, it's at XY 2323 in Suginami Diaspora. Hee 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 hee! Yeah, he laughs like an idiot. You've come to the wrong place! Say your prayers! And then it zooms in, you can't skip this cutscene, and really awesome music starts playing. I apologize for not recording the audio properly, but this is when the real part of the hardest part of Diaspora begins. Each team needs to kill Astaroth Avatar that's been assigned to them. Because you see that yellow bar underneath, Astaroth Vision. You see that yellow bar underneath Astaroth Avatar's health, underneath my map to the right? That is his shield. And by killing the Astaroth Visions, you weaken Astaroth Avatar's shield to the point where he can be damaged. So all the teams near the seal pillars need to work on killing Astaroth Vision over and over and over in order to kill Astaroth Avatar and complete the Diaspora. Astaroth Avatar and Astaroth Vision share the same weaknesses, mainly fire and force. So I have Uriel, with good reason, who's spamming Maragidine as well as Almighty skills. So, as you can see, we've just killed our Astaroth Vision, and Astaroth Avatar's power is weakening. You can see the other teams doing so as well. There's Astaroth Avatar's shield bar is empty, so now he takes the most damage possible. You can see me bringing up the map here, and at 2323, where Astaroth... Oh, this is important. Astaroth Avatar will spam lightning at everybody during this whole time, ever since he gets summoned. And what you need to do is guard. When it says the atmosphere is trembling, that is your cue to guard, because if you don't guard, you'll be hit by lightning attack that does about, I'd say 100 damage. But more importantly, you'll be unable to act for a few seconds, like you might have seen me just doing right there, and that leaves you wide open for attacks. So it's a bad idea to get hit by that. Your demons can't really do much about it. There's Astaroth Vision respawned, so we need to kill him again. So that ensues, and we proceed to spam MegaTen and kill him with everything we've got. I'm a limit break melee, and I can't do any damage effectively, even with a fire-based weapon. Like you can see my Flamehorn, it's SI'd with a Club of Rashomon and everything, and it still isn't going to do much to Astaroth Vision, or any other demon for that matter, because of the Astaroth Feather Poison that lowers stats. So rely on your demons. You need a heavily rebirthed demon to be effective in Diaspora, and I apologize for my commentary being disjointed, but I'm trying to focus on one thing at a time here. Uh, just keep killing the succubus groups whenever the Astaroth visions aren't around, and you can see that we've worn down Astaroth Avatar's shield enough that the team currently killing Astaroth is doing a pretty solid job of killing him quickly. I mean, we're not even halfway through the Diaspora yet. We're 28 minutes in, leaving us 32 minutes to kill him, which is more than enough time. This is a very, very successful Diaspora run. Minus me dying repeatedly and basically failing in general because my demon has only been rebirthed 4 times with a Hagalaz level 4. So it's not very effective at dealing damage. But despite that, my 2 teammates who had never done Diaspora before were very effective at killing the Astaroth and Succubi demons. Gomori warns you about halfway through that the soul is starting to erode. So she will warn you as the time proceeds to run out. But thankfully that wasn't much of a deal. As you can see, Astaroth is almost already dead. Actually, he pretty much is dead right now. There you go. Defeated by humans again, but remember next time. And then he explodes into Masacados. And from there, we managed to have 2/3 of our team dead, so we needed to be resurrected. And from there, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump to where Astaroth was. Do Diaspora for fun. I certainly find it fun, but you might want to make sure you collect the Masacados items that drop from the item boxes where Astaroth was. So you'll make your way to where Astaroth was at 2323 on the map, and me chatting in the chat was because someone got some sort of, I think it was Blessed Divine Armor item, and Diaspora has rare drop items that you can item mix with Masacados to produce special equipment. And there are also a few Dark Avatar or Dark Vision, I forget what the name is, but anyway, here we are at the rewards chest, and I only get 6 Masacados. Oh well, those are the guaranteed rewards and what I'm after anyway. So that's Diaspora.